Hey guys, it's Lewis. Welcome back to Stone with a Problem. So, today's episode will be basically a culmination of the past couple episodes, minus the one that got kind of in the middle with my whole preaching about progressive overload and the such. But, with the whole morality and are we ever good and things of that nature. It's not really going to be a culmination, but we're going to get to the origins. We're gonna get to the highlight. We're it's gonna be like the going as far as we possibly can go, and we're gonna highlight what I'm gonna touch on today is the origins of the whole thing, the epicenter, ground zero, and that's good old Christianity. And I have many things to say about Christianity, and I'm going to preface this entire video say that if you're a Christian, I'm sorry. I'm going to say inflammatory things about that philosophy, and also I cannot guarantee how long this is going to be. I'm not going to try to make it too long, but here we go. So I don't like it, obviously. And Christianity, to me, in my honest opinion, is the most destructive, most intrusive, most anti-human, repulsive fucking philosophy that has ever been created by man, in my opinion. And it's not even in my opinion. I'm pretty sure if you look at it objectively, we'll be drawing the same conclusion. But people are so attached to it. It's something that you're brought up with and you grow up with, and you don't even realize it. But it is. It's the worst philosophy I've ever heard, or read, or ever seen. It's worse than communism. It's the single greatest catastrophe that has ever befell mankind. In all honesty, nothing beats it. Nothing's worse than it. Nothing's worse than it. Like, not even communism. Not even death and war and famine and disease. Because let me tell you something. Christianity has caused a lot of that. A lot of that. So let's get down to it. So Christianity to me is the most anti-human and all these other things because right from the very beginning of their fucking Bible, which you can also attest to the Judaic Bible because the Old Testament is the Jewish Bible, is how did we as humans separate ourselves from Elysium, well not Elysium, the Garden of Eden, everlasting life and bliss. So we ate from the tree of knowledge. We awoke our consciousness. We started becoming more aware of our surroundings. We woke the fuck up. We woke up from our slumber, basically. And that's a fucking very important point. Because us being more aware, us being aware of our reality, us being aware of our fatality, of our of the fact that we're not going to be here forever and things of that nature, is what makes us evil. It's what separated us from God. Is why He kicked us out of garden and here we go, suffering. Here's for you because you're no longer stupid, you're no longer ignorant, and you're no longer blind. And so, what does Christianity preach? The same fucking shit. That ignorance is bliss. That's why material evidence is never going to be enough for a fucking religious fanatic. And how you go to religion and it's anti-human in a lot of the fucking stances or a lot of the shit that they tell you on a continuous basis. What's the original sin? Pride. Pride is the original sin. You can't be proudful. You have to be humble at all times. You have to be okay with your station. Never overreach. Never do more. Never be more, because then you are falling into the temptations of the world, and you're evil, and you're following the ways of the devil. I don't know. What more can I say about that? The fact that you have to be stupid. You have to be okay with your station. You have to be okay with the fact that, you can't accept the reality. You can't want more. You can't want to do more. You can't acknowledge that you are human and you are aware. And you are aware and you want to realize more things and be better things. But you can't, because greed is another sin. You can't be greedy. So they stifle you at every single avenue possible that you could, and that you could publicly reach out as a Christian. Obviously, no one's a true Christian. That's a whole lot of bullshit. Christianity is a fucking power grab, in my honest opinion. But I'm gonna leave that for the next episode if this gets too long. So we'll go ahead with, let's go ahead with the whole philosophy thing. So with ignorance, right? With the whole Adam and Eve thing, and then even now, you're not even supposed to listen to any of the material evidence that is clearly that could clearly counters the fucking validity of the Bible. That there's fucking young Earth Christians out there. There's people that literally take the Bible for scientific fact, and that's why people in the Enlightenment period started separating themselves from Christianity. They started realizing these people want me to be dumb. These people want me to be dumb as fuck. They want me to listen blindly and follow blindly like a fucking sheep all the fucking time. Like a sheep. You can't do anything. You can't do anything. And every single time something good happens, it's all thanks to God. This is the fucking worst cop-out I've ever fucking heard in history. It's such a fucking cop-out. Every single time you as an individual, or I do, every time we do something great, and we have to give the credit to God for providing us with the opportunity or giving us a talent and so on and so forth, right? You hear it all the time. And the Emmys and with the athletes or whoever the fuck is winning an award, because we live in a Judeo-Christian Western philosophical fucking world. We can't be proudful. We have to give credit to God. No. It's not because of our hard work. It's not because we went through it. No. God gave it to us. But then whenever something bad happens, oh no, that's just the devil doing his work. That's just a temptation. That's a test. Blah blah blah. Like there's just so many fucking bullshit fucking excuses that they throw at you whenever shit is not going right. So then the question has to be presented: is your God, or the question or the rebuttal has to be made? Either your God is not all powerful or your God is not all good. For real. Because why the fuck is there so much suffering in the world if he already has a destiny, for example? Because when you really start nitpicking this shit, you start realizing the plot holes in the whole this whole philosophical bullshit endeavor. Okay? Because people want to fuck around with free will and destiny when they're Christian. When everything is going right, this is my destiny. Right? This is my destiny. God made this for me. Oh my God! It's only because of God. He's the one that put this on. He's the one that laid the path for me. But when shit's going fucking haywire, oh no, it's because you're doing something wrong. Or it's because you're going away from the path. How the fuck can you possibly go away from the path if it's already preordained? It doesn't make any sense. You can't have both. It's literally impossible. It's like saying you're a fascist and a communist. It's not possible. They're opposite ends of the spectrum. And in terms of free will and destiny, way on the opposite thing. Right? So with that in mind, there are people destined to rule, right? And there are people destined to lose. And with that philosophy in mind, and that's and that completely counters or is the complete opposite of one of the other pillars of Christianity, that it attunes to the or it's a selling point for poor people, for desperate people, for disillusioned people, right? That the select few, you are the chosen ones. You're the one that's suffering and you're going through all this suffering, but you're the closest to God because you don't have any material possessions and you're not tempted by the world and you're not trying to place yourself in a dominance hierarchy, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't make any fucking sense, okay? Because who created dominance hierarchies? What is Christianity but a dominance hierarchy? With the priests and the pastors at the very top and you at the bottom. The fact that these people have the voice of God behind them, they're leaders, They have power. So power has not been eliminated. It's just the vernacular has changed. The avenue of power has changed. And that's it. You're still at the bottom of the hierarchy. It doesn't matter whether you're a Christian or not. And the fact that you have to be fucking told that being human is wrong. To want to do better, to be better, to fucking puff your fucking chest out and give credit to yourself is bad, is a fucking sin, you're falling into temptations of the world. That is the thing that pisses me off the most about Christianity. Why can't I give myself credit for it? Why can't I give myself credit for the hard work that I'm putting in, or or the fact that I'm still here with all the fucking time that I've fallen flat on my fucking face? It wasn't because of God. That definitely was not it. Okay? God wasn't fucking here crying with me or trying to figure shit out with me. No, it was me. And I've seen how Christianity can turn people, to such hypocrites. Because Christianity is itself is a fucking hypocritical fucking philosophy with what I just fucking said, and we could keep going. Look at the fucking teachings of the Bible itself. And like I even said this in the last episode, love thy neighbor. When have Christians ever fucking loved their neighbors if they're not Christians? When? They even persecute their own. Okay, with all schism with the Protestants and the Catholics. Look up the Middle Ages between the Protestants and the Catholics. The 100 Years' War, that was a religious war. When the proclamation of Lutheranism came about, you really think shit didn't go fucking crazy? People were getting butchered for being Protestants, or the other way around. When Henry the Sixth or Henry the Eighth, one of those two, Henry, just so many fucking monarchs, when he became Protestant, Catholics were getting prosecuted left and right. And then when Queen Mary became Catholic, guess what? Protestants were getting crucified and burned and killed, and properties were getting confiscated. Like if you're Protestant, you have no more property. How do you think the fucking Hohenzollern's of the House of Brandenburg, which were the monarchs of Prussia before it became Germany in 1871? Them motherfuckers started grabbing a whole lot of territory in the 1600s with Friedrich the Great elected William, because Protestants were losing territory, motherfucker. All right, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. And that's how he started acquiring more power by acquiring more land over the Junkers, which were the royal families during that time. Because in an agrarian world, land is power. And if you have more land, you obviously have more power. Duh. So love that neighbor, horse shit. They say they're followers of Jesus, and they never do the same thing. It's just like everybody else in the world. They just have a different excuse. It's always a different excuse. Hypocrites. Power-hungry fuckers. That's all it is. It's another power grab. It's another dominance hierarchy coming into the play. That's literally all it is. And what is a higher power than God himself? Because God is supposed to be above our worldly aspirations and temptations and biases. Bullshit. Love thy neighbor my ass. Even Islam's, like I know their religion's getting a lot, well not Islam's, Muslims, I apologize. Even Islam that's catching a whole lot of fire, but because of the extremism. They're extreme because of Christians. When Christians came into fucking, what's the name of this place? Jerusalem in the Third Crusade, they did not only kill Muslims, they killed Jews. They killed Christians. Okay? Islam, extremism of today, a lot of it is obviously pushed back against United States American encroachment on, foreign powers and things of that nature, because the U.S. is a very shady ass fucking government, the most shady there's ever been. But it's also against Christianity. The fact that we, as Latin Americans, right? I'm a Latin American, and your parents, most people don't even fucking realize that the God you pray to was forced upon you. It wasn't a conscious action. It wasn't something, oh, I see the light. God is the Christian God is my true savior. No. It was basically a gun put to your head, or a fucking spear, or a sword, or whatever. Provide them motherfuckers giving your fucking ancestors an ultimatum. Either you accept our God as your own, or you fucking die. You and your whole family gonna get burned at the stake. Does that sound like a loving religion to you? To turn the other cheek, another fucking thing of Jesus. When the fuck have they ever turned the other cheek? A lot of wars. Look them up. I don't know how many fucking wars I've read that are caused by religion, more exclusively Christianity. Christianity is fucked up, man. Fucked up. And yes, you could go ahead and make the fucking rebuttal or hit me with the, oh, but it's humans. Humans are flawed. It's because of humans. God is perfect. It's humans who fuck it up. Who the fuck do you think wrote the Bible in the first place, stupid? You think God really wrote the fucking book? No, it was a human being. And it's so stupid that people think that some person went through some sort of divination and wrote the fucking book. The fucking Catholic Church are the ones that came in a conference, and I forgot the year, to be honest, but there was a conference, you could look it up, that they basically sat around on the table and, all right, what book do I put in? What book don't we put in? What book do we add? Why do you think there's so many fucking different versions of the Bible itself? The King James Version Bible and this Bible and this Bible. They don't even have the same fucking dialect. They can't even agree on that. You know, you have to take into account that we are humans. Why do you think nothing ever fucking works? It's because we humans we're not perfect. We're fucking hungry. We're power hungry all the fucking time. It doesn't matter what religion you put it in. And to be so delusional or be so ignorant to believe that being Christian is going to make you great, is going to make you good, and this religion is all good, and the moral values and the things that they place upon us, they've made us anti-human. They've made us sheep. To not think for ourselves, because when we start thinking for ourselves, we start thinking too much, and we're pulling more and more away from the Garden of Eden. We're pulling more away from heaven, and we're pulling more away from the love of God. It started in the beginning. It started in the Garden of Eden. When we started thinking for ourselves, we were kicked out. No, y'all too smart. You're done. And that's how Christianity really is. Don't listen to the outside noise. Listen to your pastors. Listen to your priests. They're the way. The Bible is the true way. You gotta listen to the Bible. You gotta listen to the Bible. You gotta do what the Bible says. You gotta give yourself up to it. You gotta let go of material possessions. I don't know how people see it, that it's just another way for make sure that monarchs. Why do you think so many monarchs fucking adopted Christianity to begin with? They're like, God damn, this religion is telling people that to be sheep is to be okay. Cool. I'm gonna just say God appointed me as the ruler of you guys. How do you think monarchies took control in the Middle Ages? Every single fucking royal family had the fucking same excuse that they were appointed by God to rule over the nation. And who has a higher power than God? And people ate it up. People are stupid as fuck. And it teaches you to be a sheep all the fucking time. And the fact that it really, the more human you are, which is the more powerful, the more hungry, the more you realize that you want more and you deserve more, and you're willing to do what it takes to get that more, to achieve that ideal, the more you're going closer to hell. The more you're becoming a disciple of Satan and not God. That philosophy is fucking destructive. And the whole selling point is that, we're all equal. We're all equal before God. We're all the same. There's no differentiation with any of us. There's no, we're all, it's just another runaway. To basically saying suffering is bad as well. You know, that's why a lot of people that are fucking just frustrated with the world, um, have no hope. They give it up. They go to Christianity because it's a way out of suffering. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a way out to numb yourself, to say that, oh, the suffering is just not, and I'm gonna eventually be done away with the suffering, and I'm just gonna leave it up to God. When suffering is a way of life, that's what separates, the greats from the mediocres. Is suffering itself. You shouldn't want to escape from suffering. You should embrace it, because you're never going to leave it. It's never going to leave you, whether you're a Christian or not. It's never going to leave you. It's how you process it. It's how you move past it. It's how you use it as armor or as a shield or as a lesson or whatever the fucking case it is. As long as it's in a positive manner that you are, viewing that suffering in whatever form it comes at you with. That's what separates people that actually do something and people who don't, that give up. It's a shame that so many people that are like fucking, that could have been legends, that could have been great, got tired of suffering and they went to Christianity. A way out of it. It's just so anti-world in so many fucking ways, bro. And it's nothing but a power grab. It's not. That's literally what it is. It's really such an intrusive philosophy. You can't be proudful. You can't say that this is because of me, because you're being evil. You're being like Satan. You're being too proudful. And I see it with people around me now. When shit gets going bad, they go to God. Oh no, it's God, please, please. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. I'm going through this suffering and blah 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 blah. It's such bullshit. So many fucking potholes in that shit that I literally can go on for a very long time about this shit. But I'm already at the 22-minute mark. So we'll stop there and we'll continue on for the next episode. So I guess this will probably be episode 1. I don't really want to be that long, and there's just so much to say about this shit. Communism itself is a pushback of Christianity. Well, you could always just say that it's actually an adaptation, because they both say the same thing. They both preach, or they both sell you the same thing: a utopia where everyone's the same. Do away with the hierarchies. Do away with all of it. Everyone's the same. Everyone's the same crap. Everyone's the same shit. We're all the same. And who the fuck wants that? I don't want that. That's fucking whack as fuck. Boring. Sounds boring as fuck. Honestly, heaven sounds boring as shit. So, call me a blasphemer, but I ain't interested. So, thank you guys for watching and listening. Really do appreciate it very much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Help me out with the algorithm as always. I really do appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch me and listen to me, or whatever, both or one or the other. Who cares? So hope you all have a great day. And like I said, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate all the feedback and things of that nature. It does help me out a lot. I actually do quite enjoy doing these things little by little. So, till next time, guys. Peace.